Greetings
Greetings!
and welcome to Out of Noise.
Where we bring our peace to the mic.
That's right. Okay, this week we want to talk to you about... Can we say their names?
Yes.
We can.
The Daily Mail.
It was the Mirror.
They act like the Daily Mail.
Yeah, they're all the same, to be honest. They're all owned by freaking News International and... Rupert Murdoch. Go check that out if you didn't know. But yeah,
Well, Murdoch owns the Sun and
he owns
doesn't own
News
the Daily
International.
Mail.
News International.
Yeah, but News International is not the Daily Mail.
Oh, is it not?
Yeah,
I thought they were all under that
something.
one umbrella.
The Daily Mail is, I can't remember, some
Another
lord.
entity.
Yeah, some lord.
Okay. Well, they all spread the same.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it
I'm
might as well
sorry
be.
already.
It might as well be. It might as well. The
Recently,
Daily Mirror.
the Daily Mirror, on the 1st of October, no less. So, if you didn't know, if you were sleeping in some zoo somewhere or you just missed it, the first ever black Chancellor of the Exchequer exists now, right? His name is Kwasi Kwarteng. And if you also didn't know, that's a very Ghanaian name, okay? Chale is his Ghanaian roots. But arguably, there was a Labour MP who recently...
Okay, can we do this?
No, there's a Labour MP who recently said he is not very black. I'm not saying it
Artificially black.
Yeah, she literally called him artificially black. I mean, a lot of us Pan-Africanists out there know what she meant by that. Okay, so, but it's a separate thing we're talking about here because the Daily Mirror put a photo of a next person talking about Kwasi Kwarteng. I mean, oh gosh. And this stuff happens all the time. This era so many times, different newspapers where they're all talking about one black man and there's an image of a completely different actor, singer, rapper, whoever it is to represent that person. Now, like, there's just no excuse. Anyone that has worked in journalism, like serious journalism, which is supposed to be something like the Daily Mirror is supposed to be serious journalism. I mean, you have to get check after check after check. So you're telling me all those people saw that image of that image that was supposed to be Kwasi Kwarteng and didn't pick it up? Are you telling me that?
They are.
Do you believe that?
Not. Like, basically, I Googled and you go Google images and you just see images of Kwasi Kwarteng. So to make that mistake, I don't know how you make that mistake. You have to try to make that mistake. In fact, you have to work really, really, really hard to make that kind of mistake. You can't just make that mistake. It's very hard. It's not like this is an average black person who's found on the road and you're like, let me just identify what the difference is between a guy called Ian and a guy called Phil. And they both happen to be black. This is the Chancellor of Exchequer. You put his name, and that's the new one as well. The just arrived. You put the Chancellor of Exchequer, Kwasi Kwarteng, into Google. It comes up as him. So I don't know how. Actually, I'd love for it. I wish there was an ability to, like, there was an accountability question, like, that could be like, all right, it was a mistake. Cool. How did all of you make that mistake?
All of you.
How did you, like, I'd love to know the process
of you
that they went through to get to that mistake. Because I actually can't conceive in my mind how you make that mistake.
it's impossible in my
I don't actually know how you do it, so I'd love to know how.
it's like it's
How to
really
make that
impossible to make that mistake and for it to run through so many people, not one person to have picked that up.
Somebody else posted and I agreed, and then but yeah, just found there was a couple actually brothers that basically felt like they wanted to represent characters from Get Out. And yeah, I don't see the need for that either. But you know, Kwasi Kwarteng, we're defending black people right now. We're not really defending him because he has not defended the black community when it comes to racial issues. So
Yeah.
those brothers that I saw on LinkedIn they basically talk how he talks, innit? And that's defend racism by any means necessary. Like they want to be the shield against their own people. Yeah.
I mean, that's quite ironic, isn't it? That Kwasi Kwarteng is turning out to be someone who's not really for the black people, and then you've got a black guy who is defending a newspaper that has literally proven to Kwasi Kwarteng the reasons why he needs to be more for his black people.
But he ain't. And so,
so
it's all madness.
There's so much irony in that.
Yeah, it's a cycle and spiral of madness.
Yeah, literally.
A cycle and spiral of irony. So, yeah.
Yeah, so okay, so you were saying that, and then this guy on LinkedIn was like, oh, you know, why are we playing the race card? And you know, I don't really believe in playing the race card, and I really hate this whole race card thing that people want to kind of belittle these kind of situations with. Like, it makes millions of people who are going through similar experiences feel like they're going mental, like it's like it's all in your mind kind of thing, like, or that you want to play some sort of the race cards, like indicating of a game, like this, like racism against you, this attack against you for being black or for your skin color or for your ethnic group is not real, and it's all in your mind, and it's a game, and by you confronting it now, you are now pulling for a card, like we're on this, what do you call it, like a board game, and you can just pull for a card now and play that one, and that kind of gets you out of a situation. It's like, I really don't get when anyone wants to talk like that, because we're not playing a game here. Like, people aren't born black to participate in racists coming and attacking you from every corner so that you can, my card, my race card, I want to play it. And then what does it do? What does this race card do for you? Like, in this game, like, what does it do? Like, I'm sorry, but if you receive some sort of reward, then yeah, talk to me about this race card. It brings you some sort of reward. But no, it doesn't. There's nothing to be gained by playing the race card, quote unquote. There's like, am I lying?
No, I think people, if they do understand what that is, then comment down below and
please let us know. Let us know what this card can get you.
Yeah.
Is it a cake somewhere? Is it like a Blue Peter badge? Like, you get this race card out, you play it, or do you have? How many do you have? Do you have, like, you know, there's 10 in your lifespan? You know, if you played one, whoa, you've only got 9 left. It's like cats. You know, you have 9 of them in the back pocket, and then every now and then you can, oh no, reach for it. Not right now. Come on, let's hold on to this race card for now because I don't want to play it yet. Oh no, if you play it, it doesn't achieve you anything. What did it get Diane Abbott? What? I'm sure she's spent all of her race cards and that by now. You know, over how many years she's been in politics. Like, what has it gained any of us, this so-called race card that people like to play? You know, like,
I guess it buys us a voice for 10 seconds, and that's what they're upset about. So we're supposed to take any kind of anything from them and just hold that. I think that's really what it is. Like, just be silent and quiet and be happy and grateful that you're living in this country instead of the jungle back in Africa. I think that's what it really is. I think that's what it really. That's the translation to me.
It's
like,
ridiculous.
The race card comes up whenever you are holding certain people to account for their bad behavior.
Yeah, it's
that's
like
when it comes out. It's like
people don't want to
so just be quiet.
Yeah.
And be happy with the disrespect that you're getting because we've civilized you. That's
nah. Yeah, I mean it's difficult. It's difficult to hear that thing would come up, and I remember there's clips of those young kids, those black and white clips, and they'd be talking about, yeah, I want to go to Africa, and the news person would be like, oh, why do you want to go to Africa or whatever, and they'd be like, because I want to civilize them, and yeah, it's just really messed up, because that is what is in a lot of the minds of these people who have grown up thinking that what happened or what is happening with the West towards Africa is good, is actually a good thing for the people there, because without that empire and without that whole structure in place, all these uncivilized, unruly people would just be wandering around, not knowing what to do with themselves, which is just, it's a complete lie. But I digress. Yeah, it's just yet another thing to divide us and to get us in argument on the very first day of Black History Month, when we're supposed to be really celebrating our achievements as a community. Community is like a global community, we're massive, but still celebrating all our contributions, thinking specifically about the UK, because that's what it is. It's UK Black History Month, but also that is our global story. We are all connected, right? So us all being connected is a celebration to learn, to understand, and to grow, and to connect back to Africa, so to have on the first day like this kind of thing, I feel like it just feel like it's like a direct attack on purposefully, because like we said, it's not, how do you make that mistake? And then no one gets reprimanded as well, do they?
I mean, well, I think
they apologized.
They
apologized, but these things don't mean anything to us anymore. You've done the damage. Like, these apologies, it's like, can you not just stop doing it? Can you not do that again? Because it's very, very unprofessional. And it's like, it's just more reminders of our differentness. It's just constant attacks that we just don't need. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was really disgraceful, really disgraceful. So we just wanted to talk about that and get your opinions on it, like what your thoughts are. Do you think that we play the race card too much? Do you think it was a racist act? Do you think it was just an honest mistake? Let us know in your comments, and we'll read them, and we'll get back to you with our thoughts and stuff like that as well. And I'll try and find some examples as well of other times that this has happened, because this is not the first time.
No, and these kind of mistakes are not mistakes. Like I was saying, I'd love to see a breakdown of how you make those kind of mistakes. Like, I'd love to see it, like, in real time, or like an explanation of how you make a mistake because like I was saying, if going on Google and that, it's very hard to make that kind of mistake.
Yeah. So,
like, you tell us how do you make that mistake? What is it? What is the process of getting a photo of what is the process of getting what's the process of writing an article about somebody and getting some form of photo for them?
Exactly.
Like, what do you do?
Yeah. I'm sure there's like so much to it. Don't you have to go and get the images and get things signed off and all sorts of things if it's not your own photographer. There's so much to it. I don't.
Yeah, how do they?
I can't.
Yeah, I need to understand how does that mistake actually come about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully someone can explain that to us, but we just wanted to get that piece off our chests and bring that to the mic. So that was the first discussion of the evening. And the second thing we wanted to address, or what we've just seen, is Kanye. Yeah, Kanye West. Kanye West. What's he up to?
White Lives Matter, apparently.
Okay.
And he's decided to wear that shirt alongside Candace Owens and whoever black person he could force into that top. White Lives Matter.
I mean, I bet she wasn't really forced.
No. What other black person? Candace Owens probably was her idea. But when it comes to the other black people, maybe they were, I don't know. Is there a critical mass of black people that believe that White Lives Matter as a movement?
Yeah, I mean, so
that statement needs to be made. Is
I
there
don't
a critical mass of maybe there is?
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Whoever watches this and wants to get back to us, but correct me if I'm wrong. But I really feel that it's these clout chasers. Like, clout chasers exist, right? They exist everywhere, and especially in these times, it's like do anything to get noticed. Talk about anything, do anything. You want to show your nyash so that you can be everywhere, right? So part of me is like, is this just Kanye and Candice feeling a bit like, oh, I've not been getting any attention lately. We need to do what we need to do. So let's have another MAGA moment. You know, like, is it one of those, like, are they just doing that?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. So it's kind of like so when you see through it, does everyone see through it? Do you think people actually believe that they believe that?
I think Candace Owens has given enough to show that she probably does.
What about Kanye? He's the
And
one
Kanye,
that really matters for me.
Well, people are talking about MAGA.
He matters.
MAGA.
Kanye's lives matters.
Yeah, Kanye's life does matter, as all human beings.
All lives matter,
All
right?
lives matter.
Right?
Now, I can't defend it.
No,
I can't defend it. Like, yes, it is for clout, but it's clout at the black people's expense. He's using black people as pawn. Because there is a whole lot of the same said white people that are saying, if we attach it to the previous thing, the same set of white people that will be like, oh, that's just a genuine mistake. Stop playing the race card.
Yeah.
They are going to be empowered
Yeah, that's the
by
arsenal
seeing
for them, isn't it?
White Lives Matter. They're like, yeah, see?
Yeah.
You see? They're going to be energized by that.
Yeah.
Like, and that's pouring water on the Black Lives Matter.
No, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Like, I can't. There's nothing I can say. Like, previously you can say, you know, mental health issues, and there is an issue. There is issues because he's all over the place. He's literally all over the place. But if we're saying that it's a conscious decision to grab attention, then Kanye, you've put yourself in that Candace Owens category. You've put yourself as a coonery, buffoonery coconut. You have, like, that's because that's the nature of that behavior. So I can't.
Or is it a whole boardroom sat there, a whole team, including whites and other Asians and whoever, who is just part of his machine of money makers, and they're all in there going, right, what else can we do, Kanye? You know, with the whole Kanye brand, you know, he's a bit wacky and he says things to piss off his community. You know, like, is it a whole bunch of them, like, that are just in there coming up with these mad, really buffoonery moments? Like, what?
I mean, if it is, then yeah, what can we say? And he has literally no control or say over his life.
Which sometimes I am thinking like this guy's MK mind controlled. Like, it's just, he's just literally like in front of you, like having what do you call it, like malfunctions, like breaking down. And it's a shame because, you know, he's got so many great ideas in terms of, he's got the access to making certain things a reality in terms of the power, the money. If he wanted to build a factory in Africa that did artisan clothing or whatnot, or supported, you know, on a large scale, he could do that. He's got that kind of clout. He's got that kind of money. But it's
if he's that level of control, then the money means nothing.
But that's the thing. That's what I think.
Controlled like that.
I do think he is controlled.
Then
like
the
that.
money means nothing.
You know,
it's not his money.
And you know, like him coming out of when they put him away for the first time when he was still with Kim, which I'm glad he's away from that woman as well. But you know, when he came out, and then he went straight to see Trump, and he had the blonde hair, and it was just all very absurd. It was very absurd. That's the word, isn't it? Like, that's absurd. You've just come out of a mental health place. Like, you've been in there recovering. And then he revealed, like, he was getting electric shock therapy. And I was like, I thought that stuff died out in the 1930s, 40s, or whatever, 50s. I never thought people were still getting treated for mental health issues with electric shock therapy. Then he's got, like, blonde hair. He goes to see Trump in the Trump Tower in New York or whatever. There's all the press everywhere. It was just all absurd. And then the MAGA hat, obviously, that was the takeaway from that. None of what he may not been saying could be even thought about or recognised, because everyone's focusing on the fact that you're wearing Make America Great Again.
Yeah. I mean, what can I say? There's no defending that. Can't defend it. Sorry.
Yeah, now this White Lives Matter. Because, okay, let's think about the Black Lives Matter movement. I know there's layers to it. I know that it's a complex thing because it has been divisive in the past of the different... So there's so many different groups in the Black community. Okay, let's mix them together, even talk about America and the UK. Because Black BLM movement in the UK exists. Pan-African movements exist here. They exist all parts of where you find African people, right? African-centered people, Black people who care about our community. You'll find all these kind of movements. And with BLM, okay, Black Lives Matter, the complex nature of it is that all these groups end up being divided because there's a divide and rule system in place, okay? And then within our own groups, we also have so many different ideologies that we argue about to each other. We don't agree with different religions or different mindsets, belief systems, and then we let that affect the biggest picture of all, you know, the macro, where we're all trying to get to, which is empowerment for all of us, you know, and to really get out this economic struggling point where we have to be dictated to from people that do not care or love anything about us. They just gain and take from us and commodify us, and be that Africa itself physically in terms of the wealth and the minerals that exist in Africa, and then people as well, you know, the resources that we provide, the brain drain that goes on, you know, from the continent, to even just hear us as resources within institutions that don't benefit our people as a whole, you know, institutions that take away from our people as a whole. Some of us our breast brains will be in those institutions. And that's the deficit of our growth as a people. So yeah, that what was I saying? Forgot what I was saying.
Talking about the layers.
Yeah, sorry guys, I'm really tired. We've had a long day, loads of meetings and all that kind of stuff, but we just wanted to bring our piece to the mic tonight. But yes, the layers, layer 1, layer 2, Ethereum,
Blockchain. Biosphere.
The layers to do with what?
I guess you talk about the layers of racism. No?
Layers of racism.
You talk about institutions, you talk about the different forms of racism, no?
No.
Okay.
Anyway, I digress. We'll go back. But the main point with Kanye and Candice, yes, sorry, I was talking about the different groups. Yeah, okay. Ding, got it now. The main thing with Kanye and Candice and stuff and their issues. So the BLM thing, Black Lives Matter movement. Those issues don't matter at the moment because with us, what we're saying is we have to kind of put those things aside and think about what actually matters, you know. And the movement itself was created as a reaction to how the police are killing, okay, black people, black men, black women, okay, and the police are there to protect and serve, but they are actually people to fear as black people because they are murdering black people and getting away with it. Okay, so BLM has emerged out of that camp. Candice Owens and people like that do talk about, oh, you know, Black Lives Matter is a problem, they're not a real thing, and this, and we'll even go as far as saying that no, the police attack white people more and it's not actually true and all this kind of stuff, and that is very dangerous for several reasons. I mean, you've written a very strong and powerful and beautifully written, crafted art piece, his poetry, his alchemy, about this very thing. And what's it called?
The Right Side of the Law. The
Right Side of the Law. So, do you want to perform a little section of it?
No.
Okay. So, yeah, and within that, there is addressing several cases, but it was mainly talking about what happened with Mark Duggan. And then when recently Nat put it back up or wanted to post it on social media, what was really incredible to me was just the parallels between now and what happened very recently to Chris Kaba, who's deaf. We still don't understand, you know, we still haven't been given any answers about. So these things are real. These things are actually occurring, and people like Candice Owens and whoever else wants to kind of back these kind of race card things. Okay, she's pulling out a race card, and so is Kanye with that T-shirt. It's like it reverses all that hard work, especially when
they're pulling out like race cards.
Oh, with those White Lives Matter tops. It's a version of the race card thing to a Black Lives Matter movement. Because, okay, it's against... So if you're saying White Lives Matter or All Lives Matter or Police Lives Matter, you're going against the Black Lives Matter.
So it's a white card. It's a white... you see?
Yeah, it's a white card. Oh, gosh, the irony of the irony. But yeah, it's like you're going against
so
the
when
Black
you're
Lives
cooning,
Matter
you've got
thing.
a white card.
Exactly.
Fill out the race card and it's actually white.
Yeah. Okay. Did you know that? Did you work that out? So yeah, it's like by doing that, you're especially when you're someone with that much, like you said earlier, you've got that much clout, like you're Kanye West, and now you're all these racists can be like, you see, look, Kanye's talking this way. And then on top of that, the influence, because people, young people or whoever are tired. They don't want to have to deal with all of that kind of, they just want to live their lives and just be, so any excuse to be like, yeah, it's true, like, let's just get on with it, all lives matter, like, it doesn't actually matter, makes apathy set in strong. You know, people just are tired. It's like, and so the weight of what that action does is more than just play. It's more than just, oh, I just want attention right now. It's a very dangerous thing to put these statements out there like that and just be like, yeah, you know, that's what I think, you know. But when people are putting a lot of time and effort into holding these institutions to account, you know, and saying, no, like, we are fighting back. We do not deserve to be treated this way. We're going to defend ourselves and stand up for ourselves. And our lives freaking matter. Like, we are something, you know, we are more than something. So, yeah, Kanye and Kanye's Iwens or whatever her name is, like, stop. Like, you need to stop now. It's not about clout chasing. It's not about, like, you know, whatever it is to grab attention and get the cameras focused on you again, like wasting money on these t-shirts. Like, I thought we cared about the planet these days. Yeah, you know, you just out here, are they, you know, I'm sure they're 100% cotton, but are they like sustainable material? Like, if you cared about that, you're just making t-shirts now. Like, you just want to make more t-shirts, more merch to sell. Like, what is that?
To be honest, like, yeah, I can't defend it at all, and I can't even reduce it to just clout, because there's so many different ways you can get clout. This is an attack on black people, because only black people are going to watch that and get upset. And I really don't understand the actions of Kanye in this sense.
No,
like, yes, it is attention grabbing, but it is literally at the expense of black people. And any black person who has any sort of sense of pride, who sees that top, is going to get upset. Why would you want to upset your people in that way?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's people...
Or why would you have such little care for your people, knowing that they will be upset? That's what... This is going to upset a particular group of people across the world. And you rock willing to rock that, knowing that they are going to be upset and being like, I don't care for the clout. That's the more I think about it, the more it's like, yo, this is bad. It's really bad behavior. It's bad behavior. There's so many different ways that you can get attention.
There is.
You don't have to kick your people down for attention.
No, and like, okay, let's think about, okay, the last time with the MAGA hats, okay, like, with that attention that it drew, like, what did you gain? Like, what positives, what did you put any new information out to the people, to the masses that were
black
watching?
People then too. It
like,
just upset black people then. Like,
there's no game that you can play with that is worth that. Yeah, it's just us that gets upset and gets, you know, have another thing to talk about or think about, rather than concentrating on building economic wealth in the black community that can help us not need to bother about all of that rubbish anyway. That's really what we're supposed to be concentrating on. By the way, you all coming to Auntie Jean's African Culture Market on the 16th of October? You got your tickets yet? No? Okay, well, go ahead to Eventbrite. I'll put the link somewhere down there. Yeah, you can go get your tickets. Time coming soon. It's already the 3rd of October, so not a lot of time.
Under 2 weeks.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's only a short one today. We wanted to keep it light and just get this piece off our head, so bring our piece to the mic. But I think pretty much covered most of the things we want to discuss.
Yes.
So, any last words?
Big up, blessings, and keep your head up high no matter what anyone may try.
Yeah, I like that. Like, yes, keep your head up high no matter what anyone might try. And yeah, just Remember to like this if you liked what you heard. Comment below. We want to hear from you. We want some interaction, engagement, and subscribe, and then share this around to everybody so that yes, we can keep spreading the word and bringing the positive vibrations. Because listen, yes, there's a lot to talk about and we've got to bring our piece to the mic, but there's so much greatness and positivity out there. Great things are happening, and yeah, we remain spiritually blessed, uplifted, gifted, and yeah, happy Black History Month. And we'll be tuning in, tune in next week. We'll be putting more material out for the Out of Noise podcast. Nice to see you again, and thanks for tuning in.
Ashe.
Peace and bless up. Ashe.